Māngere is my home. South Auckland is my home. And South Auckland always gets a bad rap. For me, comics and drawing were my escape. And that kept me off the streets. You may be wondering why I chose Bloody Samoan as a name. In fact, it was a term I heard a lot as a kid, but it was very negative. Very racist, in fact. And as I got older, I realized I could turn that negative into a positive. So I claimed that term back and made it my own. As a comic book artist and illustrator, I've had an amazing opportunity to work on WWE Comics for Boom Studios, Marvel trading cards for Upper Deck, New Zealand school journals, and the Pacifica Heroes books. So yeah, so in terms of tools of the trade, if I'm doing traditional artwork, I use these cheap pens from Daiso. I also have a Pentel pocket brush and Copic markers for colors. Being a Samoan comic book artist in the New Zealand comic scene, which is a predominantly white industry, it has its ups and downs. One, being almost like a token figure in the industry, it is harder to fit in. Being a point of difference means that your voice is almost amplified. Those who are like me, other Samoan kids, other brown kids, who want to draw comic books, they see themselves in me, in my story. And so even though my work doesn't necessarily resonate with the traditional audience of New Zealand comic books, it has found an audience. And minorities and people of color, those people who have shared life experience with me. It's a double-edged sword, I don't necessarily fit in, but then it's also better not to fit in because people can find out more about me rather than just being lost in the shuffle. These are what are called AP cards, artist proofs. And this one is for the 80th anniversary set, which I illustrated some cards are. So this is available for me to draw on and sell on. And this is of Bucky Barnes, also known as Winter Soldier, Nomad, Captain America's sidekick. Just kind of going through and just inking it up before putting on the colors. Greatest achievement of my career so far would be illustrating those WWE comic stories. As a big wrestling fan, I'm Samoan, of course I'm a big wrestling fan, but as a wrestling fan, getting to illustrate a lot of the stories about wrestlers that I grew up watching on TV is pretty surreal, getting to draw your favorite heroes, your favorite villains from TV and tell these stories through your comic work is probably my favorite thing so far. My personal mantra is do the work and don't be a dick. I don't really expect anything, really. I'm one of those people who has like a high job satisfaction kind of level. I was just very happy to be drawing comic books. I just loved creating comic books, and that's my end game, just to be able to create comic books, to illustrate. That's all I ever want to do. The fact that after all these years, I get to do that as a job, as a career, is astounding.